today I'm going to talk about monoterpenes. Monoterpenes tend to be quite a common chemical family within the essential oil world. So they tend to be used typically for anti-inflammatory needs, general health, like general well-being health, as well as digestive aids and respiratory aids. So the oil I'm going to look at today is Elemi. And the reason I want to look at Elemi is because Elemi has 48% d-limonene. So d-limonene is a really common monoterpene. It's in a lot of essential oils, but in certain oils it's in very high volume, like for example in lemony. So Elemi is a brilliant essential oil. It's got a very unique aroma. It's kind of tangy, if that's how my best way to describe it. And it's very, very good for things like, well, typically it's used for skincare, and that's what it's traditionally used for, but it's brilliant for muscles that are overworked, for tiredness, and for general bringing you back to equilibrium. So in this blend, I want to look at making a recipe for jet lag. So I travel a lot, and I know lots of people do. So what I need to ensure when I travel is that I can get back to me really quickly, especially after long haul travel. So the three essential oils I'm going to use in this blend is Elemi, Geranium, and Bergamot. And I'll explain as I'm making it why I'm going to use those. Now, for me, the quickest way to use a jet lag blend and to get the essential oils into my system, to get them to work and to bring me back to me, is with a roller blend. Simply because it's small, it's only 10 mils, so I can carry it with me as I travel, and I can easily use it on my pulses, on my wrists, on my neck, and on my temples. So it's just 10 mils. I've used argan oil base. You can use any carrier at all. So I've used argan oil in this 10 mils, and I'm going to use a very simple blend of 5 drops of each of the 3 essential oils. So I'm going to start with Elemi, and I'm just going to use 5 drops. If you get an extra one, then it doesn't matter. And then geranium. And the reason I'm using geranium is for the hormonal aspect. So geranium is wonderful for bringing you back to equilibrium anyway, but it's really good for balancing out mood and helping with any hormonal imbalances, which can happen when you travel and you're swapping over time zones. It can play havoc with your hormones. So 5 drops of geranium, and the scent of geranium is beautiful as well. It's very comforting. And then bergamot. And the reason I'm using bergamot is because when people travel, they don't always have a very pleasant experience. Sometimes they find it very stressful, they can get negative, and bergamot is brilliant for reducing the tendency towards negative feelings, especially when you're traveling, or just when you don't have your own personal space. So that's my 3 oils. I simply add in my dropper. I blend the oils within the carrier oil. Just shake it through your hands. And that is your jet lag roller blend. Very simple. This blend is 48.5% monoterpene, and 38 of those is d-limonene, so it's really high in d-limonene. So it's a brilliant example of a d-limonene strong monoterpene blend. So try it and see what you think. It's lovely.